Man, this is live. Anything can happen. Man, this is live. Anything can happen. Man, this is live. Anything can happen. Man, this is live. Anything can happen.
And what if you fuck up?
Man, this is live. Anything can happen.
I'd be pissed scared I'd get a boner or fucking fart or something.
Man, this is live. Anything can happen.
Shut the fuck up, man. You're making me nervous.
Welcome back to the Junk Room, everybody. It's me, the Junk Man, coming back at you with a live stream. Can you believe it's Monday night? So what do we do on Monday nights? We talk Star Wars. That's right. We just talk Star Wars. It's going to be a lot. Who is sending me messages? Sorry. That's the problem with doing live. You never know what's going to happen. Somebody's going to send you a text. Hold on. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Okay, sorry about that. My bad. Now we're back. We're going to talk the 90s today. Sorry, my Indiana Jones 12-inch keeps falling. Junkman calculate, that's 11.59 inches tall. Okay. Hey to everyone in the chat. Going to try to read some chats here again. If I miss you, sorry. If you send a super chat, I'll be sure to see it. But we got Chris here. Chris is monitoring the room. Watch what you say. Don't flood the room. Don't be a jackass. Chris is going to get you. And he's got my permission to get you. So let's see what we got here. Please hit the like button. Yeah, Darth Buzz is right. Hit that like button. Or as Primetime Charlie would say, smash that like button. See what else we got here. Good evening. From Bradley, good evening. Now, I'll get back to the chats in a few minutes. But let's talk Star Wars. What are we going to talk about today? The 90s. The return of Star Wars. What an era. I mean, you had Star Wars. Everyone loved it. Then about 1984, 85, we started to move on. We started to fade out. We thought Star Wars was over. We thought we would never get it again. There was a few things here and there. Star Tours, Ewok movies, kid cartoons. A few things here and there. But it was a dark time. That was until the early 90s. When Heir to the Empire hit. And then we had Star Wars Dark Empire comic books. We started getting really into Star Wars. We had, I think it was around 94, we had, the Star Wars Benthams. Toys were back at Star Wars. Toys were back at toy stores. And then, of course, in 95, the floodgate opened when Hasbro, now Kenner, now under Hasbro, released the Power of the Force figures. Not the good Power of the Force. Power of the Force 2. I still don't know why they call it the same thing. And they just opened the floodgate. Of course, by 97, we had a special edition. And ever since then, Star Wars has been in our face since 1997. Star Wars hadn't gone anywhere. So we're just going to pull up. I've pulled up a bunch of pictures. They're just random pictures of stuff from the 90s. Not just toys, but Star Wars stuff from the 90s. And I thought we'd kind of talk about it. So we're not going to just focus on the action figures or just one line. This is all over Star Wars in the 90s. Let's check a little bit of chats here before we do that. And see, Bitch Titter said, my AT-AT fell in some chocolate milk. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I hate when that happens. I know it happens a lot. Daniel said, Junkman in the house. Junkman is in the house. So let's see here. Chris says, Saber is lit. Jeff says, what's up, Junk Man? And he's got his little icon right there, a Fred Sanford. You can have a Fred Sanford icon, too, if you become a YouTube supporter member. You know what I'm saying. And if you're on Patreon or one of the YouTube supporters, you got a new commentary video of me doing commentaries of the dark, the dark side of collecting. Really good video. Check that out if you didn't see it. One I posted yesterday. Didn't do the action figure show just so I could get that one up for you. Star Wars Pogs. I didn't pull up any. Carl tells me about. Oh, Carl. I can't hardly see. It's a little far off. Williams. I can see the last name. Williams told me Star Wars Pogs. I didn't pull up any Star Wars Pogs, and I should have. Shadows of the Empire figures. Yes, I don't think I brought up any of them either. Love the show, Junkman. Star Wars is definitely not junk. It is not junk. That is true right here. You should make an icon of your Junkman. Yeah, that might be the next one I put up. That's a good one. Jeff, Batman. Batman Ian says. Oh, Batman the N-word, I guess. So funny. Vintage Blasting says Buff Han. Juan Carlos says, goddamn, the Pogs were cool. Well, that's the first time I ever heard anybody refer to any of the Pogs back in the 90s. Yeah, it's cool. Full Shot says, hey, Junkman, been loving your history stories on Star Wars. Thank you, thank you. Now, my son's surgery, you know, you've heard me beg for money for my son's back surgery. That's tomorrow, and I'm going to be up in a hotel room for the next couple of days, so it's probably going to be lack on video. I'm going to do one video I'm kind of working on now. It's going to be a really short video all about some promotion material, I guess you could call it, that they put up on the Star Wars official website, and it had to yank down back in 1999 or 1998 really fast. So we got that. What else here? But I might do some best of videos, have something that's kind of old and kind of re-upload it. Maybe I think people didn't see and should have. So it might be a slow week due to that. I don't have an iPad, and my daughter's got my notebook computer away at college because hers broke. So I was like, I might just go buy an iPad and see if I can make some kind of videos or something, because I'm like addicted to making videos, I guess. Let's see here. Hope your son does well. Thank you, John. I pray for your son. Thank you, Full Shot. Death Buzz. No, I wasn't. I was 26. He's 52 now. I don't know what he's saying, but sounds really good if you ask me. This guy says, why are you the junk man? Because I was Star Wars junk, and I didn't want to be limited to just talking Star Wars, so I became Star Wars junk man, or junk man. Actually, I wanted to be the junk man, but that was taken, so I had to be that junk man. I'll get into all that maybe one time. It's not a really good story, but we're here to talk the 90s. You ready to pull up some pictures and talk the 90s? I know you are. I am too. So let's just go right here. Action Masters. These were released by Kenner, now under Hasbro, hit before the action figures hit. That's right, Action Masters hit before the action figures. And it was really showed Hasbro, Kenner, that, hey, Star Wars could sell. And they not only did the Star Wars one, they had Terminator 2, Aliens. I don't think the Superman one got released, and a couple other ones. They actually had a mail-in 3PO you could get. That was I said it was gold, but 3PO was always gold. It wasn't like it was 14 karat gold or anything. But he's standing on a little base. I remember sending it off for that. But they're not really worth anything. Nothing in the 90s is really worth anything, is it? But we got Action Master 6-pack. 6. Let me know in the chats. Again, I'm going to check the chats here, but I might miss it. If you got something very important, super chat me, and I will make sure I see it. Okay, let's see. Oh, I got to go over here to hit the button here. Action Masters, again, we're talking. It's got that little free 3PO logo right there, and it comes with a trading card. Almost everything came with a trading card. I once bought a steak back in 1993 at Steak and Ale, and it came with a trading card inside. Trading cards were in everything, not just Star Wars, but that's an R2. I really like these. They had a little base, and they kind of interlocked together, so you could put up a good scene. But they are die-cast little collectibles. You know, they're nice looking, but you're probably tired of them within the first hour. And here they are loose. Here you see Chewbacca, you got Han Solo, you got Boba Fett. That's probably the first one I bought right there, Boba Fett. I remember I had to buy one on card. I had to buy one loose. I had to buy the gift box. I think they did 2 or 3 different gift sets. One had the first one we looked at was probably the best one of the gift sets here. Here we go. Star Wars is back as the action figure. 1995, Hasbro, Kenner, now under Hasbro, releases Power of the Force on the orange card. Remember that? It's funny how this Star Wars 90 stuff now brings back a lot of great, good memories for me. That at the time, I was seeing this, and it was bringing back memories of me being little in the early 80s. But now I'm like, oh, man, I kind of miss that 90s stuff. Oh, the figures aren't great, don't get me wrong, but I always loved the card art on these. with the orange or red. Some people say it red, but orange, like looks like Vader's saber or something off the side. I always like that. And you got Vader saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna get that Luke Skywalker. He's gonna get his comeuppings." Oh man, let's see what else we got here. Buff Luke Skywalker. I'm not even gonna talk about his face. People talk about how his chest, and look at that gun he comes with. What's the deal with that big long gun? And this is the short lightsaber. There was one that came with a longer lightsaber. Luke, Vader, and Obi-Wan came with a longer saber. Then Hasbro said, no, make it smaller. And then you had the short saber and a long tray. Oh, it was crazy. This here, now this was the first one that I think I really went nuts over. It's like, I got to have this. This was probably Series 2, I think. Off the top of my head, sorry, Series 2, maybe 3, but I'm pretty sure it was Series 2. But it's the first time we had a Sand Trooper. It was a figure that we all talked about, we all wanted this, and you had to get them. You had to get so many of these. These look great, too. You put the backpack on his back. He's got the gun. Love this figure. This was the first one that was like a new figure, because in the Series 1, all of them was figures we had. You know, Luke, Vader, Chewbacca, the standard. 3PO, I don't know if you remember this, 3PO was late getting to the stores. 3PO and Princess Leia from Series 1 was hard to find. They got shipped late. I think 3PO got out, and then Leia was a little later than that. Somebody in the chat told me it was Series... Oh, well, somebody said Series 4, and somebody else said Series 2. I'm going to go with Series 2, but I thought by 4 they were already in the green cards. But I could be wrong. And some of them did carry over. But I love this figure. This was a great figure. This was a must-have figure back in the 90s. 96, whenever... Probably, like I said, I'm pretty sure it's Series 2. And here's another one that might be Series 3, could be 2. I should have looked this up, but you got Luke Skywalker in his Dagobah outfit. Now, we didn't get this either back in the old line. We got the Bespin figure, which is kind of like this, but he has his jacket. He's got the Han Solo type gun. I guess it's a Luke gun also. He's got see how long that saber is? That was before they shortened it. Or they didn't shorten it for that one. Now, Yoda came with the backpack that you put on the Luke Skywalker, so they've kind of got you there. You bought the Yoda, you had to buy the Luke. Why does he have Han's gun? I don't know. Why did he come with that big grappling hook gun in the first figure? You don't ask questions when it comes to these 90s Star Wars toys. You just buy them and take them home. I never liked his face. He's still muscles. It's a little like they toned it down at least a little bit with this one, but something about his face I never did like. And this one here, it looks like he's looking up. No matter how else he was standing, he looked like he was looking up. Another one for the Power of the Force line. This was Han Solo when it started a debate. Is it a blue jacket or is it a brown jacket? Well, we all say it's a blue jacket because that's what the Kenner figure had. And it looks blue when you see the Empire Strikes Back. But in reality, it's a brown jacket. Did you know that? Really, if you look at the real one, it's a brown jacket. But to me, it'll always be blue. Somebody said Princess Leia was hard to find. She was hard to find, but once she got out there, it was like she wasn't shipped with the other figures, so everybody wanted her, although she was an ugly, monkey-looking Leia. But once she got out there, everybody bought them up because like, oh, finally I found Leia. But then once that passed, she became pretty easy to find. Let's see here. No, I remember this one too. When this one hit the stores, this was another one I had to have. And I remember this one had two different versions. You could get this one, and then they also had it with the picture had like this full sticker over it. So I had to get both, as you know. I had to find the one with the full sticker and one without the sticker. It was hard. Same picture, just one was like that little full looking. Am I saying that right? The Greedo with his long fingers. Really good, cool looking Greedo. Comes with two guns. Comes with this big, massive machine gun. Looks like something you would see in Doom. Let's see here. Chris says, I had a few of the green card series. Yeah, I think that was series 3 or 4, right around here, because I think Greedo came on both. Right around the time they were switching over, you could find that one series on orange or green, and I remember, hey, I got to get on the green card. I got to get it on the orange card. I like the orange card better, though. It would be cool if Hasbro did something, maybe in 2025, for the anniversary of 95, bring back some of these figures on the old cars. Kind of retro line. Be kind of cool. Oh, remember the 12-inch line here. Oh, I didn't like these at all. Of course, I had to buy them. I wasn't a big fan of these. I got a friend that really, really liked them. I remember he went to Target, I think, like at 6 in the morning to get a Wampa. I should have got a picture of the Wampa. It was a box set with Wampa and Hoth Luke in it, and it looked like somebody pissed on the Wampa. It was white and it had a yellow piss stain around it. I don't know why. But here's 3PO. 3PO is probably one of the best of this line. Vader looks okay. The Luke, I hated. I absolutely hated the Luke. I remember Obi-Wan was okay. Han's face was really off. Here's Luke. I don't know if you can see it here, but his hair looks like silly putty. Looks like somebody stuck silly putty on his head. I never liked this Luke. Now, I think they did update the hair and change it a little bit. The thing was cool about these where they were in the box where the lid would open up so you could see. So you could see your figure without taking them out of the box. And that was a nice little add-on here. Chris said he had the full sticker of Tarkin. Yeah, I think I had that one too. Let's see. Patrick said I almost got the Lando 12-inch. 12 months ago. I've just opened mine out of the box not too long ago. Got tired of it being in the box. This guy's got a 12-inch Greedo. That's a pretty cool one to have. And this guy Dave says he's had them all. Okay, here's another one here. Back to the Power of the Force line. This is the one I think I bought 10, 12 of them. Oh, and then you had one that had like a circle on him and then a half circle on his hand or the full circle. You got to go track it down and it was just crazy. But this still looks good to me. The card, the way Boba Fett looks on the card, everything about this looks great. This is the figure I would still love to have on card. Probably got it somewhere. I actually had one that was signed by Jeremy Bullock. I don't know what happened to it. I need to find that one. It's kind of bulky. It's not the best looking Boba Fett ever made, but it was damn pretty good, especially at the time. You're like, this is awesome. It was pretty cool. Yeah, Series 2. This guy says when Series... Yeah, I'm pretty sure Boba Fett was Series 2. And then we got the green card with the freeze frame. This was like a little slide, hold it to the light, like a little film cell inside. I don't know. I'm sure they made something that these went into. Some little gimmick, but I can't remember. If I did, I never had the actual slide projector thing for it. Here's one I couldn't wait to get. Lando Calrissian. I remember seeing this in the action figure news magazines and be like, look, Lando in a skiff guard. Anytime you have a figure that has a helmet come off, I'm a sucker for it. I'm like, I gotta buy that. The helmet comes off of it. And here, someone mentioned this in the chat earlier. Shadows of the Empire. It was huge, man. It was huge if you're a Star Wars fan. Shadows of the Empire. It was everything you wanted with a movie release except for the movie. Games, toys, soundtrack, you name it. Shadows of the Empire had it. Man, the thing is, I never read the book back then. Didn't read it. I think I got the comic and looked at it. Didn't read it. But that Dash Rendar ship is actually in the special edition of A New Hope. You can see it most likely taken off. Check out some chats here. Chris said he forgot about the freeze frame. Yeah, a lot of people probably did. You remember the other one that had, I think I might have a picture of it where you pull down the pit. It had a little pull down. It was like a little piece of cardboard. It was like Anakin. And you pull down the thing and it would change the Darth Vader. Remember that? Am I explaining that right? I don't know what they call that. Thumbs up, Junkman. Just getting here. All right. Pretty cool. Card Sharps here. Great mold for Lando. Yes, it was. I have the 12-inch Talking Boba Fett. I remember that one, talking one. I had the fortune to sell mine 12-inch after my mom died. Oh, sorry, but if you got enough money to pay anything with those 12-inch, then you got lucky, because you probably can buy the whole set now for like $2 a piece. Let's see what else we got here. Hey, we talked about this. This kicked off the 90s Star Wars Heir to the Empire. I mean, people thought, oh, it'd be okay, Star Wars book, but it was a huge seller, and everybody was like, whoa, people still want Star Wars stuff. And I think this really helped Lucas see, he was testing a lot of stuff in the 80s with the toys and stuff. This really helped him say, hey, Star Wars is still king. People still want Star Wars. You make fun of them. Everybody makes fun of them. But let's be honest. Star Wars Benhams wasn't that bad. Especially that they came out before the Hasbro stuff. So I remember walking into a Kmart by my house. And, well, actually, then I don't think it was by my house. But later it was by my house. And they walked in and they had Star Wars Benhams. And I was like, it just seemed so odd and cool to see Star Wars in the toys section. I remember I got some change out of my pocket. It was going jing-a-ling-ling anyway. Called this guy I know that owned a comic book store around the road, and I was like, they got Star Wars bundles, man. They got Star Wars. And he was like, buy them all, bring them down to the shop. I bought them all. I think he kept the ones I wanted, bought the rest so he could sell them at his comic book shop. I wouldn't do that today, but back then, I was too excited not to. Let's see. Again, let me check some chat. Again, want to make sure I see the chat, send a super chat. Love the channel, Jumpman. Keep up the great work. Do you even Star Wars, bro? No, I don't Star Wars, bro. I Star Wars broed one time, and it got stuck. So I don't do that anymore here. Let's see what. Look at that Emperor though. Looks like he's singing. I'm in the mood for love. Is that okay? Sorry. Micro Machines. Remember these? Oh, they went crazy with Micro Machines, and I bought so many of them. Micro Machines. They had, this was the one that's like a stormtrooper head. You pull it down, it had all the little inside pieces. It was like the Death Star inside. I love these things. Man, I've still got, I got a box. I remember when I moved to the new place, I found it, of all these Micro Machines. And they're all in little pieces and everything. I mean, I'll do a video where I just pull all them out of the box and take a look at them. That might be kind of fun to do. Opera Singing Emperor. Yeah, that was from the opera scene, from the prequels. See, I figure it was ahead of its time. Benims were good. Like one's a V too. They did V Bendems. Maybe they did. Best cringy moment in Junkman. Okay, not sure. Logan's one prototype. Chris says Logan runs. Oh, hold on. I'm just trying to keep the Star Wars here. Bendems were good. Okay, let's go. Another one here. This is a pretty cool. I love this one. I think I still got this one around here somewhere too. It's the Falcon. It looks like the Falcon. Lift it up. Play set inside. Genius for the Micro Machines. I love this thing. It was very cool. Made me jealous I wasn't a kid, because if I was a kid when this came out, it would be, I would never left my house. I'd be like, hey, tell my friends, I'm dead. I'm playing Star Wars Micro Machines. Now, we did have the Star Wars Micro Collection as a kid, and I really loved those. Here they are on the singles where you would get three. You would get 3 ships in one package. Today, I think they do these little Hot Wheel cards and you only get one. But this one had a TIE Bomber. I'm a sucker for a TIE Bomber. What else is in there? It looks like the, is that the Blockade Runner? I can't hardly see. And it looks like an ATST, a chicken walker right there. Now another headset, Chewbacca. I remember having this one too, because it had a little, it was the Ewok indoor, and it had a little speeder bike guy, and you put him on this little peg and you push a button and he would spin around like he was flying. Came with a Ewok on a glider. It was a pretty little cool, fun little setup. I don't know if I had as much fun as this kid. Look at this kid right here. See if I can point at him. How do you point? Right there. Look at that kid. That kid he is excited, man. He's not even touching it. He's just looking at it. His dad must have bought it and he's like, you can look at my Star Wars stuff, son. Don't you touch it. And he's like, oh, looking at it. Oh, here's a little promotional ad. I remember seeing this one in the back of Action Figure News or Action Figure Digest. Boba Fett standing there looking at all the figures. Look, we got Hammerhead, but they didn't call him Hammerhead. They call him Salacious Crumb, Salma. Y'all know who somebody on the chat knows what he's called. Hunt for the ultimate bounty in the universe. And you got Slave 1 back there. We got a new Slave 1, same mold as the original. X-Wing. Let's see, I see a Tusken Raider speeder bike with a Luke Jedi fighting Vader. So cool. Of course, I talked about this earlier. Star Wars Dark Empire. Great series. Now, this one I did read. Dark Empire and Dark Empire 2. I love this comic, and I remember getting so excited for this comic because I was into buying the old Marvel stuff then, talked about last week, and I remember I was starting to get into comics more, and I bought a Terminator series called The Enemy Within, and on the back of it was an ad for Dark Empire, and I didn't know it was coming out. I mean, this, of course, we had internet then, but you didn't really, not like it is today. So I remember just flipping it over, and I was staring at it. I was like, a new Star Wars comic? What? Could not believe it. I just like every day I would just look at that and it was like, oh, it wasn't even that great of a picture. I need to find that somewhere so I can. But I was like, I cannot wait for this. And then I remember going to the comic book store and they had these free or really cheap like newspapers, comic shop news or something that the comic book stores would get to hand out. And I remember pulling them out and they had on the front of it Dark Empire, and I was like, man, I cannot wait. And I told the guy to come and say, you hold me. this comic when it comes out. In fact, you hold me 2 of them. Oh, Chris. Thank you, Chris. This is a super chat. Thank you, Chris. It means a lot. It really does. Here's a dime for you, Junkman. Wish your son well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Begin to just join at my son's surgeries tomorrow, so you're gonna see at least one more video tonight, or probably early tomorrow, and then it might get a little slack on it. But I'm not allowed to stay at the hospital all night, just visiting hours. But then I'm gonna be stuck in a hotel room, so I don't know what you'll see. So what we got here. Tarkin, somebody mentioned this earlier. Tarkin with the full card. See the full card? You could buy one with it or without it. It was just random. Or you could just buy one with a full card and peel it off. It peeled off pretty damn simple. In fact, it's probably falling off if you still have it today. But this was never, it says never before offered in any Kenner collection. I want that on a shirt. Wouldn't that be a cool shirt to have that said never before offered in any Kenner collection? Okay, maybe it's just me that would want a shirt like that. But Tarkin came with 2 guns. I don't remember him having a gun in the movie. Should have came with bedroom slippers. Finally, Tarkin, all in silver, he said, Car Shop Reality. Dave said, I had Dark Empire. It was okay-ish. Yeah, I liked it. I haven't read it in years. I might go back now and be like, that's not as good as I remember. I remember I didn't like Dark Empire 2 as much. Dave says, Salacious B. Crumb was Chewbacca's little light. Yes, it was. Yes, he was. Salacious B. Crumb, that is. Yes, I hope your son will. Okay. I'm not about to pronounce this guy's name. I'm going to call him Godzilla. And this guy's going to say a prayer for me. Thank you very much. And this guy said he drinks tea poop. I don't know who drinks tea poop, but someone in the chat drinks tea poop. William says, I love to see Tarkin whip out his blasters during a difficult Death Star conference. Yeah, I mean, he's got to pull those guns out. He's got them for a reason. Let's see what's next here. I wanted this. Didn't have it. It was like a fish tank thing, and you put all this gel inside of it. But then you put your little, it's about the size of the micro machines, you put your little ships in there, you know, it's a little stick thing, line them up all right like they're fighting, seal it up, and the gel would harden, and it would just have a little cool little thing, the Wonder World. They made a bunch of these, but this was the Star Wars themed one. Never had it, but I remember seeing it at Toys R Us and thinking, man, that's awesome. I would love to have that, because actually back here around 95 when I was starting with, when Star Wars was coming out, I was working for Hasbro as a part-time merchandiser. It wasn't like high up or anything. But my job was to go around to all the stores, make sure toys were out. So what did I do? Go look at the action figures. Pull the action figures out. Put them on the shelf. I was like, okay, Star Wars is going to be on the shelf. Anything else, if I got time, I'll get around to it. But man, I actually love that job, but they wouldn't let me go full-time. If they went full-time, I would have stayed on for sure. But me and a friend, actually my best friend, we both worked there. We go to all these stores. We get paid to go to stores all day and look in the back stock. What a job, right? Especially at that time. 93, 95, 94. What a time, right? I remember once at Kmart. It was an old Kmart, been there for years. And we were looking around. They don't have that stuff organized in the back really good. And we asked the manager, said, hey, we're with Hasbro. We're looking for some Star Wars figures to put out. And she said, well, we got a box of Star Wars figures. They've been up there for a long time. And they're just sitting in there. And our hearts dropped. We were like, oh my God, is this vintage? Does she got like an unopened case of like old Star Wars figures? I'm thinking, Power of the Force, Return of the Jedi. So we dug around, pulled out the box, found it. It was the Star Wars Bendums. Okay, let's see what else we got here. This is it, 1999, the first, or this might be 98, the first prequel toy to be released, I think. I think this came out before the Mace Windu, but it's a battle droid on a snap. I just called this thing a snap droid for years. Snap with battle droid. We didn't know then how stupid the battle droids were going to be with their Roger and everything, but this looked cool. It was a great little window box. Kenner collection. I like the green they were going for now. Episode 1 still didn't have a title. Sneak preview. I love this thing, but this thing was overproduced. Really, I mean, this thing, everybody bought it because, oh, it's the first toy from the first movie. I remember finding this thing at Rose's like 10 years after Episode 1. I probably could go to Rose's today and find this thing. Okay, maybe not 10 years, but a really long time, close to 10 years. At least by the time episode 3 was out, these were still at the Roses by my house. I'm sure a lot of you guys had this thing here. And there's Mace Windu right there. Episode 1 sneak preview, the first action figure of a human, I guess. Comes with a blue lightsaber. A blue lightsaber? What's up with that? Guess they didn't want to let us know it was going to be purple. Do we even see the purple lightsaber in the movie? In the first movie? I don't think we do we? No, he doesn't ignite his lightsaber, so maybe he just hadn't had the blue one yet. But Mace Windu doesn't really look anything like Samuel L. Jackson, but still pretty cool. Single trooper aerial platform. Okay, didn't know that. Jumpman, do you know Retro Blasting? Yeah, I know his channel. Just acquired the Mace in the Ronald Meek collection. I purchased a few. I don't know who Ronald Meeks is, but I'm glad you got his Mace Windu. I've got him loose. Bat says, say what again? John says, look out for a young Jeremy Bullock in a spare robe in the movie available on YouTube. Okay, I'll look for that. I know Jeremy Bullock's in The Empire Strikes Back. I remember that. This guy says, Steven says he remembers sneak preview Action Fleet set. I don't know if I remember that. I should have pulled up some Action Fleet. I didn't pull up any of them. Biggest Brad in Detroit says, hey man. There we go. I'm going to call him Dr. Detroit. Hey everyone, I can't believe I finally caught a live episode. Well, you can every Monday night, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Star Wars Mondays. I don't really like the name of it. I'm going to change the name of it, to be honest with you. I don't like the name of it. Star Wars Live, Star Wars Alive, something. Oh, Jeff sends in a super chat. I don't know, I never bring nothing to drink up here with me. Jeff says, hope everything goes well with your son's surgery, Junkman. Love the channel. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you for all the support you do. Jeff's always here to lend a hand. Okay, let's see again. If you make sure I see the chat, super chat it, but I'll try to catch some also. This was a poster they released of all the figures. Look at all these figures you can get. I wish I could blow this up here. Let's see here. How's this look, guys? You're going to cover up my face. Look at all those figures. Will you? I said look at them. Damn it. Look at them all. I mean, that's pretty damn cool. I see Akbar. I see Bosch. I see Shadows of the Empire. I see Luke. Han. Both in a Stormtrooper outfit with Chewbacca. I see everything. I see a ghost Obi-Wan. We didn't even talk about that. This is a pretty cool poster to have, if you ask me here. Now let's pull this back up over here. Let's pull this back where it was. Yeah, get down there. Oh, I need Larry in here to help me do all this stuff like this. Okay, let's see what next we have here. Ooh, let me pull this down too big here. I'll pull the wrong one. Sorry about that. See, I told you I wouldn't get through this chat without something going wrong, didn't I? Every time we do a live one, something. Oh, fuck. Told you, every time I do a live one here. Okay, there we go. There we go. Star Wars Outland. Now, Star Wars Dark Horse, I really liked. I used to buy them all, but they just got, by the late 90s, they just started getting carried away. We got a Tusken Raider with a lightsaber. Tusken Raider with a lightsaber. I'm out, dude. I was like, I'm out. I remember they did one with 3PO, like a bounty hunter. I was like, I'm done. I can't do it anymore. But I know a lot of people love these. I love the earlier ones, and honestly, I didn't read a lot of them. I just love buying them. Godzilla guy said, Jumpman, do you know about the catalog that came with the 90s Jawa? I have it, and wonder how figure is it rare? I doubt anything that came in the 90s is rare. I would have to see the catalog. Is it just one of those toy catalogs that have all the toy stuff in it? Yeah, by Kenner, if it is, it's not rare at all. It came with anything you bought back then, not just Star Wars or any large toy, action figure toy. What we got here? This is some Taco Bell goodies, it looks like. Remember, Star Wars was everywhere. Let me pull this up again here. Okay, here we go, trying to enlarge a picture on the live stream. I see Jar Jar Binks. I see a Darth. Can't tell what some of this stuff is. Pepsi Max. Yeah, it looks like a bunch of, got the comm readers. Remember the comm readers? Got a bunch of different things in there. It's not really a good picture there. So let's see what else we got here. Buy it now or lose it forever. This is where they told us. Star Wars, the last time on VHS in its original format. And they made sure they said that original format. These were no special editions. Now I like the cover art for these. I got the box there. I don't remember having these cover arts with the art on it. I need to see that because I got a lot of other Star Wars on VHS for a strictly limited time. A widescreen. I was like, you got a movie on widescreen on VHS, I would buy it. Remember, Terminator 2 came in a box set, a widescreen or letterbox, and it just changed how I bought that. It was director's cut and it had Kyle Reese in it. If you haven't seen the director's cut of Terminator 2, watch it. It's so much better, and the original is already good. But man, I don't know why they cut Kyle Reese out of it. And I love how the bad Terminator guys like breaking down throughout the whole movie. Again, if you've never seen it, check it out. Oh, this is where they started getting carried away. They got carried away pretty fast. Deluxe figures. Now, I'm glad the Kenner line never did this. I think they wanted to do it, and Lucasfilm was like, no, we're not doing this. This is just a gimmick to get people to buy. Remember, there was a Stormtrooper and a Han Solo. Never really liked these deluxe figures. You know, wasn't nothing in the movie. You stand him on this little riding cart, on this little flying thing. Desert Sports Skiff is what it's called. I cannot read. Oh God, here we go. See, I started messing with these images. Star Wars was back, man. This is the return of Star Wars. This was special edition Time magazine, and I remember I have a 1993 Time magazine of Darth Vader, and it's like Star Wars 3: The End or something on it. And I didn't buy it in '83. I stole it from my high school library in like 1988, '89. Yeah, I mean, they had all these old catalogs, and you could look them up, and I was like, they got a Star Wars one. They got a Star Wars one. Oh, I'm stealing that. We wasn't even supposed to check them out. I put that shit in my boot bag and got the hell out of there. I know. I'm bad, but hey, I was a kid. Matt sends out super chat. Thank you so much, Matt Junkman. Start a new series, Hit the Road, where you visit your fans' closet collection. Come see me. Well, my whole plan was to do a series where I was on the road. I went to one guy's house that lives about an hour and a half away. In fact, I'm probably going to have it on a Monday night live stream coming up next week or the week after. Jeremy, he's got a huge collection. I think I'm going to just bring him on for a live stream coming up soon. But I was like, man, if I could get the funding, if I could get the backing of people, to travel around, go to these collections, make a video about them, hotel, food, getting there, all that. It's not cheap. I was like, if I could do that, that would make an awesome series of videos. Maybe once a month, 2 a month. Maybe end up at Rancho Obi-Wan. I would love to hook up with Gus Lopez. See that huge collection. Philip Wise has got a good collection. But I would like to just see normal collections. That's really what I want to see, too. Not these massive collections that, probably Rancho Obi-Wan would bring me to tears. Don't laugh, but it probably would. But just small collections. Like you said, somebody's closet. Or somebody's like, hey, this is my shelf of Star Wars stuff. I like that. You don't have to have a huge, massive collection in these great glass displays and everything like a museum. This is about all I got. I got other things, boxes, but this is about what I got. Sometimes less is more. Sometimes you can enjoy it when it's less. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's just me. Let's see here. I remember these Taco Bell cups. I couldn't wait to get these. I could never get the R2 one, though. Never had the R2 one. Got the others. I think I ended up throwing them away. Oh, the Phantom Menace. That merchandise was crazy here. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Pepsi Cans! Oh my God, I cannot believe I bought all these Pepsi Cans. And they each had a little secret message at the top. Pepsi Cans. I had these for years, and I lived at my parents' house. And they put them outside in like this barn they got in the back of their house. And I remember I dug them out. They were all empty or about empty. All the drain evaporated. I didn't know it would even do that. Okay, here. Card says I own a Jar Jar and Darth Maul cup topper. Yeah, I had some of those. I remember in the 90s I went to Las Vegas to the FAO Schwartz toy store, and the top level was the cantina. I need to look into that. Does anybody remember that? I don't see anybody talk about that. The whole toy store on like the top level was all Star Wars, and it was made out to look like the cantina. It was pretty damn cool. Pretty cool. That one's for that's for comic book card shop reality right there. Remember these? Remember these in the 90s here? They were episode 1. You notice they tagged that episode 1 a lot more than Phantom Menace. But it was a figure, guessing 8 inches tall. You didn't have to take them out of the box. Hasbro knew, hey, collectors don't like to open stuff, but they can still have fun with it. Came with a little base, little backdrop. Now I don't understand the backdrop because you can see Qui-Gon Jinn in the backdrop, but it's a Qui-Gon Jinn figure. But it had a little spinner at the bottom. You can spin it and rotate the figure around so you can get them at all angles. Epic Force is what they were called. Qui-Gon Jinn. Here's just a photo from a toy store back in the 90s, 1999 actually. Look at all that stuff. Look at all that Phantom Menace. I actually like that card. That Phantom Menace card still looks good to me. But man, they sold well, but they made so much of them that they end up hurting themselves. Let's see, World's Greatest Channel in the World Channel. Great. World's Greatest Channel in the World Channel. Junkman. Where was last week's? You have to see. If you watch my channel, you have to go to the community tab. That's where you get updates on stuff like that. The action figure show. I wanted to get that dark side of collecting up, so I chose not to do the action figure show because I knew it was going to be a busy week with my son's surgery, and I really, really wanted to get that video up. And that video took forever to make, believe it or not. Let's see what else we got here. Another picture from Men's. Let's see if I can pull this one up here without screwing everything up. Let's see here. Oh, I got to admit, I didn't never buy that much. I was always tight with my money, especially back then. I didn't have much of it. I didn't have much of it then. Just got married in 99. I was married almost a year, and actually my daughter was born just months before the movie came out, so I wasn't filling up my buggy like this one. Yeah, that's not a shopping cart, okay? I'm going to tell you right now, I said it, and I'll say it again. That's not a shopping cart. It's a buggy. I don't know what's up with you people in the north, but that is a buggy. Somebody help me out here. Breaking news. I'm still tight with the money. I am. I mean, I have to really, really like it to buy it. Sometime now. Sometime I'll waste my money too. It's like stuff I need, I can't bring myself to buy. But a toy, I gotta get that. Remember this? Remember this right here? Remember this? Episode 1, Pepsi machine in the 90s. I remember, I could not wait to see this. I was told a Walmart by my house had it, on the other side of town. Went over there and they didn't have it. But then I found another Walmart kind of far away, not really 30, 40 minutes away. They had it, so I had to go buy something out of it. I'm sure I got a Mountain Dew. I'm sure I did. But I was like, I think I took a picture of it. Oh, the 90s. Pepsi tastes better from a Star Wars machine. Everything tastes better from a Star Wars machine. JJ says, I like Power of the Force toys, Star Wars. Yeah, we all do. Let's see. Kevin says, I'm from Pittsburgh, Junkman. We call it a buggy. Oh, okay, somebody else. Usually when I say buggy, somebody else like, what are you talking about? Dave says, there's a great video on YouTube of the F.O. Schwartz Star Wars. I have to check that out. I actually got a video I did when I was there also. Dig that out. Chris said, I bought Darth Maul and Qui-Gon. Okay, let's go here. Odd picture. Look at that Darth. Now that's a Darth Vader shirt. Look at that. Let me pull this one up too. Man, look at this shirt. You guys. Never mind. I'm not going to pull it up. It's being a bitch. Never mind. There it was. Look at that shirt. Ugh. Now this was QVC. I think there's still a QVC nowadays, right? QVC. They would do like 4 hours of like all day long of selling Star Wars merchandise. I remember the first one they did was probably back in the early 90s with Mark Hamill on it. And it was like all like from 8 o'clock at night to like 1 in the morning or something. It was just so much Star Wars stuff. I remember Steve did a couple with Steven Sansweep. He come on and show parts of his collection. I actually love watching these QVC shows. There's the one with Mark Hamill and this really fruity guy over here. This is probably around 97, it looks like. I'm not sure when the first one was, but I remember the first one had Mark Hamill, and I recorded the whole thing. I got it on VHS somewhere, but you probably find it on YouTube. I remember having this right here. I found these at Kmart, and I had to have them. A little metal keychain. Yeah, I had to have a little metal keychain. This I wanted, never could get. I don't know if you remember this. This was at Toys R Us. It hung up in the Star Wars section. It was a huge Falcon. And I worked for Hasbro at the time, I was like, oh, choking over here. I was like, I'm going to get that. I'm going to tell it. Because the deal was Toys R Us had to send them back to Hasbro. And if I remember right, the Rosie O'Donnell show was going to give them away or something. And I was like, okay. We work for Hasbro. We'll come in. We'll say we're here to take down the Falcon. And we'll take it home. There was 2 Toys R Us. You get one, I get one. Me and the guy I was working with. But we never did do it. We didn't want to risk getting fired or getting in trouble, so we didn't do it. But man, I wish I got this thing. It was huge. And here it is, though. Maybe you can see a little scale of it more. I don't know what I would have done with it, but it would have been pretty neat to have. Star Wars Galaxy magazine. Now, this is the same thing as Star Wars Insider. Did Star Wars Insider change and become the Star Wars Galaxy, or they were 2 different magazines? Toy Secrets Revealed. You know I bought this one when I saw it. And I was like, Toy Secrets Revealed, I got to buy it. I think I got this one in the first issue. Again, Star Wars Galaxy, helping promote the trading cards. And I think they actually came with a card. Vintage Blasting said I have a very small normal collection. That's pretty good. Chris says I had that issue. I do too. Let's see here. Full Shot of Life says I still have my little metal R2 keychain. I think I had the R2 one also. I know I had Boba Fett. Car Shot Reality said it must have cost under $20 for the Junkman to buy it. If you watch my hunting for videos, you know it's very rare I'll buy some. The one thing I did buy for hunting for video, my hunting for Star Wars video, was the Kenner Alien over here, and that video got copyrighted and taken down. And when it gets taken down for copyright, you can't even go. YouTube won't let you go into it and download it yourself. So I lost it forever. The one time I bought something and it was cool as that video was lost forever. And it got copied because it got flagged because I used the theme song from Taxi. Here's another comic book from Dark Horse, Droids. This was a Droids, sorry, their own series. I remember buying this one. Don't got really much to say about it though. Now look at this thing here. Does anybody remember this? I think they still make these. It was like a 3D puzzle. It was like a little thin piece of thing. You just lay them on top of each other. I don't know how hard it was to put together, but it would make like a 3D face of Darth Vader. And I remember when I was working for Hasbro, we were like, we're gonna all send people one to take the Toys R Us, put up on display. That's like awesome. So I got it. It was this huge box. You opened up and it was like this glass case with it already put together. And I was like, but the one they sent me was King Tut. Nothing against King Tut. I mean, he's my favorite honky. I like King Tut. Did you know he was buried with a donkey? King Tut. I love King Tut. But I wanted that Darth Vader one. For some reason, Darth Vader ones, they didn't make as many. Most of them was the King Tut one to put in the stores. But I love the glass case of it. And I was like, man, that would be so awesome. King Tut. Oh, he's buried in his pajamas, man. Come on, King Tut. Is that it? How could I talk 90s while talking Super Star Wars for the Super Nintendo? Love this game. All 3 of them. Super Empire, Super Jedi. I love playing this game. I haven't played these games in years. The graphics for back then was pretty cool. Said it again. Sorry, Card Shop, sorry. It's pretty cool. Dark Forces. This was the first PC game I really got into. I think I played Doom before this. This was like Doom, but it was Star Wars. I love this game. Star Wars, Dark Forces. I know some of you out there had to play it. Let's check the chat here. Chris says, that's cool. Never seen that. It's probably the 3D car shop. Says Sarah Miley. He's picking on me again, but that's okay. Nice Star Wars Steve Martin reference. Someone got the Steve Martin reference. I'm sure many of you did. World's Greatest Channel and the World Channel says I have all 3 Super Nintendo cartridges. Yeah, I had them all 3. I don't know if I still do, but I almost said it again. Sorry. Those Super Star Wars games look hella fun. I need to do a video of me playing them maybe. Bradley Good sent in a super chat, $25. Thank you so much. We'll be praying for your son. Thank you. Hopefully they keep telling us it's just routine, but still, when you cut open someone's back, put line of spine up and put pins and stuff in it, doesn't seem routine to me. Dark Forces 2. I don't think I ever played Dark Forces 2. King Tut, Jabba the Hutt. Broken Wand, says Vintage Blasting. Okay, here. Let's see what's next. Star Wars Racer. Now, I think they made this for Nintendo. Was it N64? So it might not have been the 90s. But Star Wars Racer, number right there for the PC. I never could get into these racing games. I know it's supposed to be a lot of fun. Racing games were always hard for me. I never could really get into racing games. Unless it was Mario Kart. I was a sucker for Mario Kart. This was the CD-ROM to have back in the 90s. Star Wars Behind the Magic. Gave you a whole bunch of information about Star Wars, but the best thing ever, it was the first time you got deleted scenes. I'm sure you've seen them all on YouTube. I think they put them on the Blu-ray since then. You know, you get the long Mos Eisley Anchorhead scene that was cut out. Some scenes from the Cantina scene. A lot of others. I think they were mostly from New Hope on this disc here. I can't remember, maybe not, but all the ones I remember were from New Hope. But it was good. Chris says Rebel Assault was a great game. I heard really good things about it. Never played it either. But this had interview, rare film footage, Star Wars, and a Star Wars Episode 1 sneak preview. Now this here I always thought was pretty... I'm not going to say it. This here I thought was pretty rad. Especially, I never had it. I was like, if I was a kid, I would have had it. It's like this little thing you hook in front of your computer, like at the cockpit, and you put your like a little playset, and it interacted with your. It was like an interactive playset that hooked to the computer. Explore the Star Wars universe from the keytop of your PC. Keytop, I've never heard it actually used like that. Keytop. Do it, Junkman. I'm not gonna do it. Junkman, do you have the original Star Wars film? I've downloaded. I have it on VHS back here. I got a lot of them back here. I got them on. Got it on Laserdisc down here. I've got it on my computer. I've got all 3. So yes, technically, I guess I do. Your trademark inside jokes. Sarah Miley said that's pretty cool. And now we're back to Action Masters. So we see them all now here. Oh, that was a great trip down memory lane of the 90s. Wasn't the 90s a good time for Star Wars? I know when we usually talk Star Wars, we think of the golden age, 77 to 85, give or take a few years. But man, that was pretty cool. Let's check a little chats here. We're almost out of time here, but let's see here. Vintage Blasting says VHS. Dave says sewer level. Guess he's talking about one of the games. Gyro, is I read it right? He says he has a 12-inch Stormtrooper. Way to go. At least you can say you got a 12-inch something, right? Chris said he missed the 80s. Everybody misses the 80s. Feel sorry for anyone that didn't grow up in the 80s. But the 90s was a really good time. You know, 90s was a big change for me. I love music in the 90s. You know, growing up in the 80s, most of you was into heavy metal and stuff. I was listening to White Yoke and Randy Travis Country, Hank Williams Jr. In the 90s, I opened my mind to, and I listened to some rock stuff in the 80s too, but in the 90s, I started getting Nirvana pulled me out of my country stuck in, but the country music was really good in the 90s. And then you had alternative music in the 90s, that gangster rap era in the 90s. Man, the 90s the 80s were great to grow up in as a kid, but to be in your 20s, early 20s, late teens in the 90s, man, 90s was a great time for music and Seinfeld, Friends, which I can't even bring myself to watch now. Friends, I love. Has some good TV. Garth Brooks in the 90s. I hate Garth Brooks. Love his music, but he seems like an asshole to me. But yeah, man, it was a wild time. I mean, Never saw nothing come on the scene like Garth Brooks back in the early 90s. But anyway, let's get back to talking about the 90s Star Wars here. Bradley says Power of the Force 2 wasn't the best, but it did pave the way for better figures. It wasn't the best, but it was what we had at the time, and we loved it. Jeff said, join the Jumpman Patreon and become a member. Thank you, Jeff. Yes, do that. Phoenix says the 90s economy was booming at the time. Yeah, man. I guess it was booming at the time. I better talk about how much money they had. And I had a part-time job a lot in the 90s, and yeah, I guess it was okay. I mean, it was nice. I didn't have any bills. That was a good thing about it. I had a job, and I had no bills, so not until 98 when I got married, anyway. No really responsibilities, but looking back now, I'm like, I wasted a lot of my 90s, too, when I should have been, hey, this is what I want to do with my life. No, I'm just going to go to Toys R Us and go to the comic book store and buy the latest toy magazine. But hey, maybe this will become full-time, and I can say I didn't waste the 90s. That was just educating me to make this channel better, right? Your name sounds like Card Sharks, my favorite game show. Dave says I have the original trilogy before the complications. Yes, I have those also, although even the VHS, the very first VHS, is different from the movie release. JJ says he's a big Star Wars fan, and anybody here, I'm sure they are also. Card Shop says it's a really good game show. I love, my kids hate it when I always used to get them to play Card Shark, and they would get so aggravated because I would put all the cards out, and I'd be like, you got to go higher. Oh, got to go lower. And I would get so into it, they would just piss them off. Okay, Dave said John Williams Episode 1 soundtrack double LP 1999 was, they had LP in 99? I couldn't remember that. But yeah, that was pretty cool. I said it again, so I wasn't going to. Dave said Dark Forces, I meant to say, had a sewer level. Okay. I don't remember much about Dark Forces, but I do remember I liked it at the time. Phoenix agreed to send a couple of trophies there. Okay, hashtag pretty cool. Stephen S says Hammerhead wasn't called Hammerhead in the 90s line. Whoa! No, he wasn't. He was called Salma or something. I can't remember what he's called. Something stupid. I don't like that they gave them names. Hammerhead's Hammerheads, Walrusman's Walrusman, Dengar's Dengar, and all that. I don't like changing the names. Let's see here. That's Big Godzilla name I can't read. That's Snaggletooth. I don't know what he's saying, but yeah, I agree with you. Oh man, I'm gonna get something to drink here. Can I drink this? Like, okay, now I'm just being stupid here. Chris said, watch episode 1 in 1990, and 1 week later I was in Paris Island. Game over. Nice. I saw episode 1, and the next day I went back and saw it again. I saw it like 8 times in the theater. I was never a prequel basher. Now I was like, okay, it wasn't what I hoped for, but I still like Star Wars. I was there every night seeing it. And what a great time. You go to the movies, everybody would dress up, bring their lightsabers, wait in line for hours. You don't get that anymore. Jumpman, sorry I missed your comic book episode. Well, it's still up. You can watch it. Might not have watched it live, but you can still watch it. So you didn't technically miss it. Dave said, gold-plated Star Wars. That reminds me of the 90s. Having money, no responsibility. TV Guide had this offer for a Star Wars plate with Luke Skywalker on it. And it was a cheap deal. And it was like, you get the plate, send it back if you don't like it, keep it, and we'll bill you every month and send you another plate. I got that damn plate, and they kept sending me shit and billing my credit card. I don't even know what happened to all those plates. But I was like, finally, I was like, forget all about the plate. And next thing I know, I would be billed at regular price. Ugh. A fucking Star Wars plate. Well, I'm supposed to eat my fried bologna on it. Dave said the 80s seemed more iconic for movies. Yeah, the 80s. I don't know, Dave. 80s were more iconic for blockbusters. But 90s is a great era for the independent films. I mean, the independent films of the 90s, that's a whole different ball game. So yeah, I'll give you the 80s more iconic for blockbusters, for mainstream movies. But for the 90s, man, what a golden era for independent movies. I mean, you had Clerks, you had Swingers, you have a bunch of other movies I can't think of right now. man, what a great time for independent movies. I love Pulp Fiction. I probably don't even think about it being an independent movie now, but Pulp Fiction, the whole, oh man, Dusk Till Dawn, that's probably not independent either, but there's probably hundreds of them. I was really big into independent movie. Anything Miramax, I was there to see it. Phoenix says KB Toys always had 2-packs of the Power. Yeah, I remember they would try to push them off. They would make a 2-pack out of them. I remember that. How old am I? I was born in 72. So I'll make you do the math right there. I was born in 72. Yes, Pulp Fiction was Pulp Fiction. Now I know everybody loved Pulp Fiction, and it brought me to go watch Reservoir Dogs. Now, I like Reservoir Dogs better. I love Reservoir Dogs, but me, I know most people don't agree. To me, out of Quentin Tarantino's movies, now I forgot the name. Jackie Brown. That's my favorite one. I can put on just the dialogue, the writing of Jackie Brown. I love all his movies, but Jackie Brown's the one. I love that movie. Dave said I have an inbox Darth Maul piggy bank. Piggy bank. Chris helped me out there with Jackie Brown. Man, I love Jackie Brown. Jumping Jack. Okay, someone else. Because whenever I talk about everybody, like, everybody leaves Jackie Brown off the list. I'm like, how dare you? I can't put that movie on. I put it on sometimes just as a background while I'm doing something on my phone, and just 3 hours just goes by, and I just have to watch it. It's just that, man, Robert Foster is so great in that movie, but man, I could do a whole video about the 90s. Yeah, I did a podcast about Jackie Brown. I'll have to check that out. I love that movie, Jackie Brown. Jackie Brown. Just, the dialogue. Okay, Star Wars versus Star Trek. Star Wars, but I do love Star Trek: The Next Generation. You know, I've been rewatching The Orville. Maybe I should do a video on The Orville. Oh man, I love that show. I've been rewatching it, and I think I got a few more to watch. I love that show. Anyway, we're past 8 o'clock here. Sorry, gonna have to cut it. I always keep this to an hour because I can't take it anymore. Okay. But, like I said, my son's surgery's tomorrow. But I think you will see a video up early tomorrow. And then we'll see what happens on Wednesday. We'll see. Might be like a best of video or something else. Or if I'm sitting in a hotel room, I might break down and go buy an iPad and see if I can make a video with it or something. I don't know what I'm going to do. Do the do. I'm finna go do the do. Finna go eat me some damn supper too. Supper, dinner, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, I want to thank you for watching. Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, live. Let me know. Thumb up so I know you like it, so we'll do more of these. And until the next video, we'll talk again.
Junk Man.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.
Fuck.